Long time no see. Another episode of Alya. I am very excited to be back and finally starting to watch some things. I made a video about the whole last month-ish and the time off and everything. So if you want to hear about all that, I don't want to reiterate it in every single episode of different series and stuff we got to go back and get up to once again. So if you're interested, go check that out. If you're not, welcome back. I'm very excited for us to get into this. We're in full swing, student council and all, with Ayano now coming in and joining Yuki on her squad, likely, assuming that would make a lot of sense. At least she's bringing her in right now. And I don't know how that's gonna, what that's gonna do, I guess, story-wise. The only things I do know about her is we've seen her in maid uniform within the OP, so I don't know if that is like her position, if that she has like a job where she works as that, if she has like this weird thing, if she has cosplays and stuff and she's just as weird as kind of Yuki is, if she's from like a rich and wealthy family and they force her into something like this, if she works for a rich and wealthy family. I mean, the first frame I see already of this episode is from a massive house, at least it looks like, unless it's the school, but I don't think this is the school. So you'd assume this is at least her home or where she works or whatever it is. So we'll have to, I guess, jump in and end up seeing what her whole deal is and how she meshes with the characters, because it does seem that Masachika has some sort of issue in some sort of way with her, or not issue, but he has some sort of history with her, at least knowledge of who she is. I don't know if it's actual issues or things going on between them, but we will end up going into this and we will end up learning about that. So I am very excited. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me, not to me, feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave in the comments for this episode of series and go on episode 7 of Alya. Sama already. Oh. Silent steps. Then why sneak up on him? We can't do it here. A little pink highlight in her hair. Huh. Is that a problem for you? His? Who's he? The family?
家を出る以上はもはや他人だと思えだとか、ユキの兄と名乗ることも許さないとか言っておいて、こんな時だけ家族面か？
Huh.
叫んなよクソじじい。それでお前がシーンを
I don't know why I like calling old people dinosaurs. I don't know why.
マサチカ様がユキ様を悲しませるようなことは決してなさらないと。それは間違いだったのでしょうか？
俺はユキと敵対するために立候補を決めたわけじゃない。
Just used his own will to do what he wanted to do.
ユキと敵対することになっただけだ。
Right.
順番がどうであれ、敵対する事実に変わりはありません。
Yeah.
マサチカ様にとって九条様と立候補されることはユキ様を裏切り傷つけてまでやらなければならないことなのですか？
ああ。
Straight shooter. I like it. I like it.
それは何か特別な感情が。マサチカ様は九条様のこと。違う。
俺が俺の意志でそうすると決めた。
Now that other stuff might not be true, but
文句があるなら俺に直接言いに来いってな。
okay. Don't send other people to do this for you. I like her so far. She seems chill.
マサチカ様がユキ様に向けるお気持ちには今も変わりはございませんか？
ユキは俺にとってこの世で最も大切な人間だ。
She would love to hear that. She would love that. I hope you're recording this for her.
見ろよ、今週号のグラビア。なあなあ、マサチカは誰推し？
正直俺アイドルは全然わからん。
おっさんみたいなこと言うなよ。外見だけでいいから。
そうだな。まあこの中で言ったらこの子かな。
Yeah, I'd agree. Fuck it.
九条先輩に似てるね。
そうか。そもそもマーシャさん彼氏持ちだし。
彼氏持ちじゃなかったら狙うんだ。
But does she? Or we've been just saying this.
いやいや、マジでたまたまだから。 アーシャさんをそんな目で見たことは。
Can't because I'm looking at her sister that way. What is this in your hands?
生徒会の一員になったあなたがそんなものを持ち込んでいいと思ってるの？
Timing's always the worst.
厳密には持ち込んだのは竹
Wow, wow, don't be throwing people under the bus
注意
here.
なさい。
はい。
スオさんとは付き合いたいとか思わんの？
Yeah, that's not bringing that one up.
絶対にありえない。
なんで？
なんでって。
I mean, how could I?
とにかく付き合うとしたらもっと友達感覚で付き合える感じの。
というしたくをよ。
She could fit that.
まさちか？どうした？
あ、いや。そうだな。あとやっぱり笑顔が可愛い女の子がいいな。
確かに目が笑わない人って親しみにくい感じはするね。
Just pile it on, you know.
態度って大事だよな。
少しは気を使え。アーレが傷つくだろうが。
Why would it be hurting her, huh?
日曜
You don't, though.
まあでもアーリャ姫くらい美少女ならそんなこと気になんないけどな。下手くそか。
私のこと
He didn't say that.
ごめんなさいね。顔しか取り柄のない不愛想で可愛げのない女で。
あ、いやそこまでは。
やっぱりこれ没収。
I was gonna last slide, but you done pissed me the fuck off.
九条様と立候補されるというご意思は
As
変わらないと
expected.
だろうね。それと文句があるなら直接自分に言いに来いとご当主様にお伝えするよう言われました。へえ、それはそれは言うね。お兄ちゃんも本気ってわけだ。はい、素晴らしい気迫に思わず子宮が震えました。
Okay, that
おう、そうか。
crazy description.
はい。念のため聞くけど、綾乃って
She doesn't know how to process those feelings.
浮気じゃないんだよね。おっしゃる通りです。私は正親様をユキ様と同じくらい敬愛していますが、恋愛感情を抱いておりません。ああ、そう。
Sure.
恋人になりたいなどと、そのような不遜なことは一切考えておりません。道具として使っていただければ、それで十分です。おめえただのド M じゃねえか。
Yeah.
申し訳ありません。ド M とは何でしょうか。ああ、超ド級のメイド。頭文字取ってド M だよ。
Is that what you meant? I took it as something else.
光栄です。正親様はおっしゃっていました。ユキ様がこの世で最も大切な人間に変わりはないと。
Love that for her. Love that for her.
ぶねえ、思わず校舎のど真ん中でお兄ちゃんへの愛を叫ぶところだったぜ。ああ、まったく私の可愛いお兄ちゃん様め。
Unintentionally, too.
がユキ様の当選を予想しているようでした。
That's always how these stories work.
正直に申し上げて、中等部の頃の周防会長を知らない転入生がなんか無謀なことやってるといった印象のようで。だってあの天才と周防家の神道と本気で戦えるんだよ。今まで私が何をやっても勝てなかったあのお兄ちゃんが
An opportunity.
そういう
Ooh.
パートナーと共に本気で私に挑んでくる。心躍るよ。それでこそやりがいがあるよ。いいよ、全力で相手してあげる。今の私めちゃくちゃラスボスっぽくない？
I guess in some of the words he said, but not really.
ホールド降りるわ。あら、そうですか？私は豚だったのですが、はったりをかましてみるものですね。あらあら、アーリャちゃん、残念だったわね。
Okay, I don't settle down.
一枚上手みたいだな。
ああいう駆け引きはユキの得意分野ですからね。
Yes, it is.
それもあるけど、
Why don't you join
アー
though?
リャちゃんが分かりやすすぎるんじゃない？
That's very true.
俺が思っても言わなかったことを。
Just trying to be
ありが
kind.
とう、ごめん。
九条妹は意外と表情に出るんだな。あれよりも随分感情の起伏が薄い印象だったが、もしかしたら
But you can use that to your advantage, because now whenever she has to give a speech or like say anything in front of people, like what they were talking about in the last episode, it's pretty easy to tell when she's not serious or she's lying about something, you know?
けど、時々なんか不思議な言動するんだよね。
独特の感性してますよね。
Yeah, special's a good word for that.
思っても言わなかったことを。
ごめんごめん。
サラシナ様。お飲み物はいかがですか？
あ、すごい気配の消し方だね。
A common theme.
いや、俺はいい。まだあるし。
You don't want to get topped off.
それにしてもその佇まい、世
Uh,
話の従者として学んだことなのか？
はい。祖父母から習ったもので望んだことなので、我が家の家業というわけではございません。
ちなみにいつ頃から従者やってるの？
明確にいつからというのはないですが、従者になることを決めたのは確かに小
Jesus.
学2年生くらいだった。
You've never once thought to stray away from it.
それだけ祖父母が憧
I
れて
guess
きたので、
so.
それにまさし
Mm.
主にふさわしい方でしたから、ユキ様。
目が決まりきってやがる。なんでだ。もう怒ってないのか。
This is what she lives for. She's been trained since she was in second grade.
音を立てないようにするのも従者としてのスキルなのか？
はい。祖父母には常々言われておりました。使用人たるもの、空気となることを心がけるべきだと。
Oh my god. The tone of voice, the reason for... Okay. Well done. You've done a good job over all the years. You've done a really excellent job.
シャイ出るわね、珍しく。
ですよね。
あら、わかる？
You've gotten a pretty good read on her.
はしゃいでる？
あれが
私が。いいのいいの。綾乃ちゃんは今日のヒロインなんだから。
俺とお前が一応この歓迎会の主役だから、女のお前はヒロインってことじゃないか。
そういうこ
We should sit back and enjoy
と。エスコー
it.
トよろしくね。
なんでや。
It's for both of us. Why do I have to be involved?
私はカフェオレお願いします。あ、白色じゃなくて茶色の方で。
お汁粉をお願い。
俺はサイダーで頼む。
コーラ、あ、いや、やっぱりジンジャーエールで。
Write it on a list. I can't remember.
私はレモン。
You're coming with us. You don't have to say
言わな
that.
くていいでしょ。一緒に行くんだから。
あ、そうね。
サイダーにジンジャーエールにレモンティー、あと茶色のカフェオレにお汁粉と水ね。了解。
Damn. You got it all.
ずっと頼る人がいなかったアーリャちゃんを
Mm.
支えてくれる人が
That's
現れ
sweet.
たんだもの。
ほう。もしかして。あ、いや。もしかしてマーシャさん、アーリャの前ではわざと真面目なところを見せないようにしてます。
In an attempt to make her venture out a little bit and find somebody else.
僕頑張り屋さんで、いつだって一生懸命で。そんなアーリャちゃんが、私は大好きなの。一緒にって生きてたら疲れちゃうでしょ。適度に力を抜かないと。まあ、アーリャちゃんの前であえてゆるゆるになっていることは否定しないけどね。一人にしたくないの。姉妹に限らず、兄弟ってすごく難しいわよね。誰
Mm.
よりも近くにいる存在だけど、だからこそお互いを意識せずにはいられない。
はあ、
So, an attempt to hide and... Okay.
抱かずに入れるのも、あいつが恥ずかしげもなくお兄ちゃん大好きっ子と言ってくれるおかげだしな。
So we flip it with the ages here instead.
他の妹を演じ
No, I think that's just her.
いや、
いや
間違いなく素だな。真面目な大人だなんて。
あら、真面目な一面を隠しているのは、
Mm.
久世くんも一緒でしょ。
誰にも頼られないよう不真面目キャラ貫いているだけですわ。気にせんでください。
That's what a lot of people do, brother. What a lot of people do.
よしよし。
You ever act like you're not competent in something or you can't do something so people don't ask of it of you?
俺は別に。
男の子だものね。えらいえらい。
なんでだ。なんかマーシャさんが相手だと妙にガードが緩くなるな。
Because you're really similar in a lot of ways.
私は F 組の谷山さやか。少しお時間いただけますか？
Back with her. Huh.
谷山さやか。
The girl who was running. Probably the third one who will run, right?
座を争った。
九条さん、あなたが久世さんと共に会長選。
Or are you gonna help us and we're just gonna form a super team? Because I'm so down for that.
随分と品のないことをするのですね。恥ずかしくはないのですか？
Why? Uh-huh.
スオーさんがアプローチをかけていた相手を横取りする。
Stole? He made the decision on his own. He chose to, no?
使って久世君を味
Oh, they're setting her up. She's getting set
違
up.
うとでも。
She's getting set
手
up.
を使ったかは知りま。
俺は自分でアーレと立候補するって決めたんだぞ。
Yes, you did.
信じられませんね。
Huh?
すっかりふぬけていたあなたが、なぜそちらの転入生と手を組もうなんて気になったの？
You don't need to know all the details.
とにかくこのことはユキも納得済みだし、全部お前の誤解だから。アーリャに失礼なことを言ったなら謝ってくれないか。
私はあなたに学生議会を挑みます。
What does that even mean?
聞いた？学生議会だって？
マジか。
どうしたの？会長候補として学生議会だって。
I don't know what that means. They talked about this in like one of the other episodes, but like for what reason?
には会長選から、いえ、生徒会から去っていただきます。
待ちなさい。
So she's just challenging his position?
学生議会で格付けされるんでしょ。私を無視して話を進めないでもらえるかしら。
成績しか取り柄のないお飾りの会長候補は引っ込んでいてください。
Huh? Don't let her talk like that.
そして久世君を倒そうとするなら私が相手になるわ。
せっかく見逃してあげようと思ったのに。いいですよ。二人まとめて潰してあげます。あなた方のような人間は会長選にふさわしくない。
Now we gonna make you cry again like you did a few years ago, buddy. I will say, I think my favorite thing so far about the series in general, but this episode at least as well, is the amount of attention that they want to give to characters that aren't Alya. Right? The amount of attention, while Masachika still being our main lead, of course, but the attention that they decide, okay, let's give Yuki a lot of focus this episode on these scenes and expand her character and her relationship with these other people a lot. A lot of, he doesn't need to be on screen for us to have these conversations or understandings of other characters, expanding and introducing somebody like Ayano, right? Being able to understand Masha's side a little bit and see how similar in a way that she kind of acts to Kuze with hiding and suppressing certain parts of herself for the benefits of others almost, but also maybe her own internal reasons that are a little bit different than what they express, and being able to get that out of all these other characters and then at least trying to expand that a bit too when we end up having like Tachibana come in at the end and whoever else might be involved here, I think is really cool, and I'm really appreciating that so far. None of the characters, while some of them might feel like they kind of only hit one note, Alya I think is like the biggest one when it comes to that. While she has her things about her that we're supposed to fall in love with and like, in her own little personality traits and stuff, she does come off a little bit more like one of the most flat characters throughout the series so far for me. But even with that being said, we're doing such a good job at expanding and showcasing these other sides of characters that there's probably some hidden things, or we'd assume, or we'd hope at least, maybe that there's some more really to get to her. And even if there isn't, maybe she lays it all out on the line here and we can express that in different ways when we showcase the scene with them playing cards and her difficulty to hide when she's kind of like lying or not having a poker face in any sort of way, and being so true and honest to herself, and her own difficulties when it comes to things like that, with her using the Russian as kind of her way out to be open and honest with herself while not expressing that outwardly towards others or trying to suppress it in some sort of way. I think even with, if we just want to say that that's exactly who she is, that makes her hell of a lot more, I guess, interesting, or feel like she's a little bit more fleshed out and understanding of like a person that you can almost relate to, like a real person in some sort of way, than some other characters in other series and shows end up getting out of a lot of their characters, who just don't feel like they have a level of consistency or anything to them. And I think that they've done a decent enough job when it comes to writing wise to a lot of these different characters. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I mean, and the biggest highlight of it, of course, coming with the sequence with Masha and Masachka at one point throughout this episode. But I think regardless, I think they do a really good job overall. I want to check out Ayano's voice actress just because we can, and why not? We got Norn, and Sherry. Why do I feel like she's in another show I'm like watching right now or have seen? And maybe it was just when I looked up Norn last season. It could be. I don't really know, but okay, cool, interesting. We utilize the episode a lot as a build up, more still set up towards the climax and the stuff that's going to come, which, I mean, might sound kind of dumb me saying it that way, because yeah, that's essentially what most shows are, is set up and build up towards the thing that's going to actually happen. And this is not maybe as episodic, with we're having like big like realizations by the back end of it, and instead we're going on like a little bit of our day-to-day journey that we actually have. We introduce Ayano, and we immediately do the ninja like thing, right? Her being able to sneak up on somebody, the tone of voice, everything that she has to her, that gives her this little hint almost of like who she is and what her own personality is, with her being a ninja, which then goes into her acting like a ninja. She's not one. And then showcasing what they do in the OP with the way that she kind of dresses, and it immediately gives you a big glimpse into the type of person that she might be, her tone of voice, the way that she talks, and you can kind of really just fill in the gaps without having to really get your answers. I do wonder if the pink highlight within her hair is like a little like hint or glimpse almost, trying to get at like this is who she is, like deep down, because pink can typically be utilized as like a softer color, like there's like some warmth or something underneath with that person, and kind of trying to highlight that in some sort of way. So I do wonder if utilizing that is just more so an aesthetic look thing that they're going for to make her maybe pop a little bit more, or if it's actually like a little hint towards who she is as a character, and you have that like subtleness into the like the complete like cold black that is her and her hair and everything that she has. I don't actually know. Maybe there is no relevance there at all. We learn a little bit about the family dynamic a bit, and Ayano, who my suspicions of her being a maid for probably a wealthy family or something, come into play here. I don't think it's been really realized or talked about throughout the series itself, but I do think I remember a comment from one of you a couple episodes ago about Kuze and his family and stuff being some sort of like high tier, like important profile, like type of people. I don't know the word I was looking for there, but something along those lines, right? Which we almost, I guess, essentially get to see here, probably all directly coming from the mother side of the family, the side of the family that Yuki is still in contact and part of, while Masachika himself is not, which is why the grandfather that we get to see in this situation is very kind of against a lot of the things that he's doing, or kind of looking out for him in certain situations, or looking out for Yuki, or against him for maybe abandoning her. Lots of like reasons and family issues that they kind of have here, and he's not too pleased realistically with any of the decisions or things that he has made. And now that the grandfather can kind of pick up on what's going on, the choice of taking Alya over the sister and everything instead, feels he's almost like a full-on disgrace as somebody who's already kind of pushed himself away from the family, and that whole situation in general is even pushing himself even further. So we're making these threats and sending in these reinforcements and stuff like Ayano on the outside here, like it's some, I don't know, it's some weird shit, but I guess it makes sense. You do have those manipulative and controlling people, of course, within family, and power tripping and stuff coming from him makes plenty of sense, honestly, to me, especially somebody in his own position. So utilizing Ayano in this scenario to extract information and get whatever you kind of can out of it, and almost send like these threats or warnings to this person to maybe just see how serious they are and gauge that, or maybe truly mean it and have intention and stuff behind it. I don't know, but it almost is coming off like that instead, which he immediately backs down, or doesn't back down, and he's like, if you literally got a fucking problem, come say it to me. Like, don't be sending your goons after me. We don't need that. Like, I'm like, come to me. Don't be like that. And we get some reassurance and some other stuff too, to about we made our own decision to do this. It's nothing in spite of Yuki or anything either. It's for my own personal reasons and values and the things that I kind of want to do that I sided with her. Yuki's still extremely important, and I'm always going to look out for and care for her, and I get that completely. Our choice of women, let's see. I didn't get a good look at all of them. I'd probably go... I don't know who I'd go. This is a hard choice. They're all great. Bottom left? Bottom left? I like darker features, so probably bottom left. Yeah. I don't know. Am I wrong? Maybe middle? Maybe middle? I don't really know. I don't think he was wrong with his choice either. I don't know. They're all good. They're all good. Nothing's wrong there. Fun little gag giving him this, and of course the hair being like, what the fuck are you looking at? And them messing around a little bit and talking. You're dating Yuki? Yeah, why would you just start piling on these awful fucking questions when she's just sitting here? But they don't know any better, of course. And the snow just piles up, which I think is pretty funny. He gets up and makes a claim, which is absolutely fucking terrible. Basically dismissing her personality in general and just only showcasing her and having an interest in her for her own looks and stuff, which is not at all what she wants. We have some fun moments and get to expand Ayano a little bit in her character. She's straight unhinged, but that's because of the way that she's brought up and taught, very direct with the things that she says. So when she says like some weird things or has some weird sayings and stuff, of course it would make sense, you know, the type of I guess maybe even sheltered personality that she has, but she's sheltered to like a degree that she like understands certain things, but she can still not know social awareness, I guess, when it comes to stating certain things and how uncomfortable it can be depending on like who you're possibly with or whatever. Little sub joke fun, and then we were like, oh yeah, he still loves you, and she almost can't hold it back, but is able to instead. Her trying to put on her final boss aura is insane. I was wondering why they were doing like shots like this and being so like weird and detailed with her and highlighting her the way that they were, but it's just the aura she was trying to go off on. I like seeing all the girls like just have fun and kind of play games together and chill out here. I think this is a enjoyable little thing here. Ayano's dealing is crazy today. I really like it. Alya having the easy read and everybody kind of talking about her. And I think this is something that we could possibly utilize. We talked about, I think, last episode where they're going to have something where they have to go in front of people and speak on it, possibly write a speech and do all these other things. And we could utilize her difficulty to kind of lie to our advantage, I think. And we probably should. Ayano has learned a lot, almost ends up slipping up in the middle and exposing exactly where she is and who she is and the relation and all that drilled into her by her grandparents through intensive training. Really cute how they were doing this, and I love the face that they make her make afterwards too. But it is a little unfortunate that this is the scenario that she was put herself in, and she's been in this for so long. But I don't know, she's pretty good at her job overall. She's enjoying herself. Are you sure about that? Well, this is a party for you, but you still gotta come with me even if it is for you. Displaying some more of his own ability of able to remember all these things that people say on this long list. I literally made a mention at the time of, yeah, I probably would have wrote this down instead, but he's showcasing something that nobody else really thought that he was going to have, being like, where did that come from? You're able to actually do all of this stuff. Alya was very excited that you ended up wanting to, and it's great that she has somebody to lean on, as Masha's kind of been that person where, of course, you can, but almost displaying her own personality and hiding that side of her to not allow Alya to actually feel like she has somebody to lean on, which is a interesting like dynamic and reason for her to kind of take that, and I really like that overall between the two of them, of having this conversation of like, yeah, I'm suppressing this or hiding this side of me or trying to do this certain thing in this certain way for whatever that purpose actually is, strictly off of the idea that they just like I don't even know how to properly word it, or like how to properly convey, I guess, what I'm trying to think out or what they're talking about here. But it's just really interesting of not wanting to force some sort of competition or internal thing because you're closest to this person and feeling like you're unable to live up to that standard, especially of the person who is the age group kind of above you. And it reflects perfectly on somebody like Masachika being the older sibling, although they're the same age, but still technically being viewed as the elder, and having somebody like Yuki have to constantly look up up and praise and want to be around this person. So if you suppress that side of you and you try to not actually show that capable side or whatever, it allows the other to maybe rise to that occasion more and feel like that they don't actually have to become you, and then stress themselves and bring them to a point where you kind of resent the other person maybe and don't actually look up to them, or you don't have anything to do with them, or you try and stray away on a different path. But instead we can find ourselves in a situation where she can strive instead and be like, I'm not gonna be like that person, and I'm gonna be different, and actually go out of her way and be capable while they're still capable at the end of the day. Somebody like the two in the scene, but actually just suppressing that and not allowing that side to be shown. If that makes sense. I kind of rushed a little bit through it, but I think it's really sweet overall the way that they do this to really display how much they actually do care for each other and how much they care for like their siblings and everything. We end up getting our talk here. So essentially this whole thing is, let's just attack Alya. I like Masachika coming in here and kind of backing us up and just being like, what the fuck's going on? As if like it's a duo thing. It doesn't make me feel like he's like, yeah, you're not capable of doing this on your own, like we've maybe had in other scenes so far that I wasn't too big a fan of. But instead it almost feels like he's playing hero, but instead here it just kind of feels like, yeah, we're a duo and I'm gonna be here for you and not just let somebody slander you. So they're doing the student congress thing, which I don't fully understand. I'm just assuming it's we take it in front of a panel of other people and we have to like ask them questions and do things, but for what purpose do we accept that or willingly kind of want that to occur? I don't know, and it's almost for his position and everything in general too. So I don't know, maybe I got to go back, and I think the previous episode we discussed this because they talked about what that actually was, and I got to go back and clear myself up a little bit on it. I don't know, but interesting, I guess, to see the route that we're going to kind of go. And I am interested to see where she kind of lies at with what she's doing, because it doesn't feel as much to me like she's willingly just like having an issue with them for no reason, unless she is and she's trying to set them up and make them look bad in front of a group of other people. So she's doing this to get her own advantage over them, but maybe it's like some sort of play on Yuki's part. I don't know, because the Ayano thing didn't even feel like a Yuki play to me either, and it felt entirely grandfather like of opposing what's going on with Alya and Masachika instead, and not progressing and helping out the family even more. But this one doesn't actually feel exactly like that, so I'm a little uncertain. Really cute ED as always, and I'm excited for more. I'm a little short on time, so I sped through that at the end. I apologize for that, but I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm very excited to actually be back. I plan to do 1-1-1 kind of with the seasonals until we get caught up, so it probably won't be this for a couple days, and then we'll loop back and eventually get to it again. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you liked it all, the like and subscribe to the feel free to check out the videos and channel, leave comments for this episode or series. I'll be back for episode 8 very soon. It was a great one. Peace.